Looks like it's about time to make some yogurt. Good news is, I have a starter culture and some milk. We're gonna make some yogurt today. I have a little bit of a starter culture, which, hint, is just yogurt. You use the end of your last batch of yogurt to inoculate, there's a big fancy word, or start the next batch. You have to create those cultures somehow, and having them present in your previous batch of yogurt is a simple, easy way to do it. This is what I'm using for my starter culture. It's just from Aldi. It is organic, whole milk, plain yogurt. I don't want any flavoring or any sugar in it. I just want the yogurt that has the natural cultures and bacteria, the live bacteria, that is what makes yogurt a good digestive aid. I'm gonna use about a gallon of milk in Mr. Crock-A-Pot. It does take a full 24 hours to make yogurt, but the good news is I can make it in my crock pot and I don't have to babysit it all day. Scratch that. My crock pot is not working. I can't get it to set. So, slight change of plans. I will make yogurt in the crock pot to show you at some point, but I'm gonna have to make it in a good old pot on the stove today, which does require a little more babysitting, but still not a major deal. Into the pot goes my milk. And I'm gonna set it medium low till it gets to 110 degrees. But Sarah, you said that pasteurization wasn't good. In this case, we want to control what bacteria is growing, and I want to control what cultures are growing. So by heating the milk to a certain temperature, we're not really pasteurizing it. I'm not boiling it. I'm just heating it to make sure that I can just grow the bacteria in the culture for the yogurt, because otherwise it won't be yogurt, it'll stay milk. All right, so I heated my milk up to about 180 degrees, took it off the heat, and I have let it cool down to about 110. It's a little lower than that right now. And now I can stir in my culture. You need about a half a cup of yogurt to start the culture per half a gallon of milk. And so I used a shy of 1.5 gallons of milk, so I'm going to use just shy of 1.5 cups of yogurt. Now really, I could have put a little bit of warm milk in with the yogurt and stirred it in, but I kind of cheated. So I want to stir this thoroughly and make sure that it gets distributed well, because that's what's going to give you a good, complete yogurt. So this is just sitting on my counter off the heat, but I want to preserve the warmth. So I'm going to stir this in really well. And then I'm actually going to put it in the oven wrapped in a towel. I'm not going to turn on the oven. I just want to use the oven to keep the temperature consistent. I want to make sure that that culture, the yogurt, is consistently distributed throughout my entire warm milk batch. So my oven is not on. I just have the light on, and I've got the yogurt in the pan with the lid on it, all wrapped up in a towel, because I want to keep the temperature at that 108, 110 degree mark for as long as possible. So as little as 4 hours and as much as overnight to create my yogurt.
So we're trimming goat hoofs today. You have to trim goat hoofs every couple months to prevent infections and things.
Goat hooves are like fingernails. They just keep growing. Mini. Of course, we weren't filming when we did the 2 goats that were really easy and calm. And we're filming with the one who's trying to break my teeth.
Alright, well.
So when their hooves grow too long, they kind of fold over on the bottom and they
Yeah,
crack.
they curl over and they trap dirt and manure and stuff, and it causes infections and parasites and things that can really hurt your goat. So you trim the hooves to prevent that.
And even though she's kicking a lot, this doesn't hurt her. It's like trimming fingernails or clipping your dog's nails. They don't like it because she doesn't want me to hold on to her foot, but it doesn't hurt her.
Before
and then after.
Much better. Okay, so this is what a dirty hoof and messy hoof looks like right there.
It's been almost 24 hours and we are going to check on the yogurt. It's nice and toasty still in here. This is not super thick yogurt. If I wanted to make it thicker, more of a Greek style yogurt, I could strain off the whey and it would make it thicker. But here we have yogurt. I'm going to put it in some jars and get it cooled off. It will thicken a little bit more as it cools. But for now, we've got some yogurt. We're going to do a taste test. You ready? Mm-hmm.
Tastes like Rose's milk.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's not quite as sour as regular plain yogurt is because it's so fresh. So actually when you eat it the first day, I don't even need to put any honey in it. Tomorrow we probably would still put honey in it. It probably would still be pretty sour. Yeah. It's also still warm, which is good, which is what we wanted. So we will get this into jars and get it cooled and get it in our bellies. Sound good? Mm-hmm. I'd like to say that a gallon of yogurt would last us a good long time, but my 5 kids can plow through yogurt like nobody's business. But frankly, if you think about it, this yogurt, it's basically almost free. I took a cup and a half of yogurt from a tub that we got from Aldi for a couple dollars and turned it into 2 gallons of yogurt from the excess milk that we got from our goat over the course of the last week. I'd say that's a pretty good way to stretch $1 and still eat clean and healthy. So we are at one of our favorite grocery stores. We're at our Amish Bulk Store to get some groceries. What's your favorite thing to get at the bulk store?
Jam. Watermelon.
Watermelon and jam. So I don't know how much filming we'll do in the store, but we'll try to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. I love it this time of year because they start to have produce out. This is what I love about eating fresh and local and in season. This is the hardest aisle to walk through. You guys, I'm so excited. In a million years, I never thought that the Amish Bulk Store would be where I would be able to get extra produce to give to my pigs. But check this out, because I figured they would have pigs that they were giving stuff to. But I asked, because it can't hurt to ask, right? So I asked if they had any extra produce, and they hadn't thrown away what they had were ready to discard from yesterday. So check this out. We got all kinds of, there's rhubarbs and zucchinis and cucumbers and green beans.
Ooh, and red potatoes.
There are some potatoes in there. I'll have to look and see if the pigs can have those. But these are all things that either are a little bit spoiled or a little bit past their like expiration date. And we're going to give them to the pigs. I'm so excited. Hi, sweetie. You want some goodies? You want some goodies? Oh, look at that. Looks like the zucchinis are a favorite. Buttercup, come have some snacks. I'll be really honest. I don't love what the chickens do to my flower beds when they're completely free ranging, which is this. But I love looking out my front door and seeing the chickens. And chickens running is always funny. But here's our big rooster and his collection of ladies. Just taking a stroll.